Give me 1 second, guys. I don't know what's up with this music. Whose code is expanded at the point of a call at compile time. It reduces function call overhead. The inline keyword suggests that replacing a function call with its code to reduce overhead. Inlining is a request not guaranteed by the compiler. Okay. So I think what I'll do, I'll work on this in a little bit. I think it would be good to start with some neat code. So okay, concatenation of an array. Alright, you're given an, also, hope everybody's doing good today. I'm gonna try and start my streams with neat code from here on out. That way I don't forget and also I get it out of the way. So yeah. Also, let me make sure I'm going live on Twitch. There we go. Hey, how's it going, Monster? Good to see you. I'm just getting everything set up. Okay, so I'm gonna start really simple because I would say that for the most part I'm not bad with neat code stuff like data structures and algorithms, but like I have a hard time with some of it just because there's so many variables, and I think if I can break it down into small parts, it'll make it easier to solve. So let's see if I can do this, and yeah, let's do that. You're given an integer array of nums of length n. Okay. Given an int array nums of length n. Create an array answer of length 2n. Create an array ants of length 2n, where answer of I is equal to numbers of I. So basically, I'm guessing we're just copying or concatenating. And answer of I plus n is equal to nums of I. For 0 is less than or equal to I and less than n, 0 index. Specifically, answer is a concatenation of two nums arrays. Return an answer array. Okay, so we're given this array. Now the next thing we need to do is create an answer array. So we'll do a vector of integers called answers. I'm trying to think. Our length is C++ how to set vector length. I'm guessing it's just dot length. Resize. size 2n. So n is equal to the size. Okay, so we could say int n is equal to nums dot length, maybe. Let's see, C++ vector methods. Maybe it's dot size. Maybe it's nums.size. And then answer is equal to, well, I guess no, that wouldn't work. Okay. I'm probably doing this so wrong, but that's whatever. I'll figure it out. They're given create an array of length 2n where answers of I is equal to nums of I. Okay, so So right now we're looping through nums. And then we want to set nums of I equals answers of I. So then this loop goes through all of J, so we can access answer as well. And then we want to say, we basically want to assign nums of I is equal to answers of j. Yeah, I'm definitely doing this wrong. Let me get a hint. This is a really simple problem, but I'm really bad with these. Check how you're initializing answer. In C++, stock vector of ant. Yeah, I figured. Creates a vector, the value 2n rather than a vector with the size of 2n. Alright, let me reset this. So let's think about this again. So we need to make a new vector called answers, which is equal to maybe this, size times 2. You cannot assign an integer directly to a vector object. You use the constructor to define the initial size. I'm just confused on how to Oh, I see. I think this would be better. Okay, now you just need to fill a way to enter, using the values from nums. Okay. So create a new answer vector that is size 2n. And then we basically want to say for now we're gonna need a Take a close look at the assignment nums of I. It seems you're trying to change the original nums array using the values. Fill answer using the values from nums. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So we need to access our values from nums. No, yeah, I figured we don't need a second loop, but can determine exactly which two spots an answer a number belongs to just by knowing its current index. Okay, so maybe if nums dot begin check your assignment logic inside the loop. You can solve this with a single for loop from 0 to n-1. For every element in nums of I, you need to place it in two specific spots and answer. The first spot is I. Dude, I freaking hate leak. I'm so bad at neat code. This is why I need to do these. Okay. So we need a variable to store, and this is an easy, like a really easy one apparently. So I'm gonna restart. Int n is equal to nums.size. Each element from nums needs to occupy an answer. If you're index I, one copy goes at index I. So answer. I don't think this is right, but I didn't know I could do answers of I though, that's the problem. Answers of I is equal to nums of I. Wouldn't I need a second for loop? Answers of I plus 1 is equal to nums of I. And answers of I plus n equals nums of I. Oh, I guess I don't need to initialize that. Okay, so let's read through this again. So we set a vector, or we set a variable called n, which is equal to the size of nums. Then we make a new vector called answer and initialize it with the size of n times 2. Then we loop through numbers, or nums. And I guess we can access I. Oh, I guess I is just an arbitrary number that we can reuse probably. And then we set those equal to each other. And then we just do these two, we just do answers of I plus n is equal to I. So for 0, 0 index. Okay, so that should work. Okay. You're a chill guy. Hey, thanks man, I appreciate it. I have a hard time with leak code stuff. I don't know why, it's just like so much harder for me to wrap my head around it. I want to try a different one. Let's do like a random one of some kind, like a random easy. Because maybe it's just that I'm trying to, hey man, how's things? I wish I lived on your time zone. I struggle to catch up with you. Hey, no worries, man. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm just doing some leak code practice, like neat code practice, which is like data structures and algorithms, so that I can get better at C++. Because this stuff's hard. Like, I have a harder time with this than like writing actual code. It's just the problem solving aspect can be tricky. So I need to do it and prepare. Alright. Let's chunk array, invert binary tree, high five. generate Fibonacci sequence. Alright, maybe let's try this one. Oh, that's only in JavaScript. Never mind. Let's do valid palindrome. Okay. I consider LeetCode, but the price is a bit too much. It's hard for me to justify it given LeetCode is free technically. That's so fair. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I chose to buy a year because I mean, I'm getting out of college and I figured I would justify being able to have the resources here, and I prefer this just because it's like LeetCode is great, but I don't need all the other stuff. I just need literally just the problems and the courses. So yeah, which the reason why I'm struggling with these right now is because I haven't done the courses, and I probably should. I really should actually. Okay, given a string of S, return true if it is a palindrome, otherwise return false. A palindrome is a string that reads the same forward and backward. It is also case insensitive and ignores all alphanumeric characters. Okay. Okay, so basically we just need to reverse it maybe? So I guess we'd want to make like a new string maybe. No. This one should be pretty easy. I think I can think of an O-of-N solution. I'm gonna try and figure it out, and if I get stuck, I'll ask, but I just don't know why I have such a hard time with these. I mean, I know logically what I should try and do. Like, I think what I'm thinking is, we need to make sure that if it's equivalent, so I guess the first thing I would say is we want to loop through every char inside of the string. So for char C, and I guess we just do for char C and string or an S. Then we want to say for every character in S if C maybe if it's equal to S, then we return false. Not if it's equal, wait. Yeah, if we basically want to say if our character was the same. Let me think. Sounds good. I can only think of the solution I have in mind because I've seen something similar, and the first time I came across the technique to solve this kind of problem, I simply looked it up. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I'm just thinking, and I'm like, how can I do this, like, very simply? If C, so C is just one character, S is the whole string. LeetCode said it as well. No sense to reinvent the wheel. If you're never encountered it, After spending some time on it, if you get stuck, there's probably a technique that you've never seen yet. At that point, just look it up what others have done. Yeah, my kind of goal with NeetCode is like, obviously I want to get the correct answer, but like, do what I can to think through it logically first and if I get stuck and I really can't figure it out, then I ask for hints. I think what I'll do here is, I'm pretty sure we need to return the false condition. So, and I'm pretty sure that we can use a range-based for loop, so let me ask for a hint. But a palindrome usually requires, oh, okay. Can you look at the beginning and the end at the same time? End of a string the same time. A deck, okay. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know, man. Add or remove element. Okay. How can you use that to properly check if the first and last characters of your process string match? Okay. No need to allocate memory into a data structure for it. You can simply use a while loop. Oh, that's a good point. Wait, so would I use the while loop inside of the for loop? I'm curious because we want to check the condition. Well, so what I'm seeing from the hint is that we have to be able to access both sides of the front and the back at the same time. I mean, we technically could just loop through it, but we need to keep track of the beginning and the end. So maybe it would be like char begin is equal to s dot begin, something like this maybe, and char end is equal to s dot end. And maybe we would say like while begin is not equal end, return false. Maybe something like this, I don't know. And then otherwise we'd return true. You're getting it? Okay. Okay, I don't know why it's getting a compilation error. Let's see. Oh, int begin is equal to 0. And then we take the length minus 1. Okay, gotcha. Dismiss. Okay, so s dot length minus 1, and then okay, so we're getting there. You can use one loop, no need for a double nested loops. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so while begin does not equal end, return false, otherwise return true. Okay, now we need to make sure all the numbers are lower, maybe? So, to lower. No, that's not it. Okay, yeah, so we got one condition passing. Our first, was it a car? So it's not getting true, so we need to return true if let's see. That's a great two-pointer approach. However, notice that the end is currently declared as a char instead of an int. Oh. Ask you to ignore spaces, punctuation, and casing. So, I think you're close, but not quite there yet. Yeah, because I think we have the conditions being met, but we need to make sure that... I guess we would probably do something like for char C and S. We would want to C dot to lower. I think it's to lower. Oh, I see. We need to use transform. Okay, I think I see. So we need to do stood to lower. Well, we need to assign C is equal to stood to lower. Actually, we would probably do transform. So we probably don't even need the second for loop. We could just do transform s dot begin s dot end s dot begin, and then to lower. I think I'm getting there, but might cause an infinite loop or skip the milk. Oh, while begin is less than end. Gotcha. Instead of transforming the whole string at once, you can use a while loop inside your main loop to increment begin or decrement end, whether the current character is in a letter or digit. Okay, so while can you maybe not sanitize the string first? Turn all the letters to lowercase and get rid of all the punctuation. Yeah, that's a good point. That's what I was thinking at first, but so maybe I could do S. I guess we would do std transform s.begin, s.end, s.begin to lower, and then that gets C++. It doesn't look like OpenGL. I'm getting there. I promise, Goose. I'm trying to finish this stupid neat code because it's part of what I'm doing for practice, and it's taking me an hour to do like the simplest stuff. I'm just stuck on it. I'm getting to OpenGL, I promise. But if you need to go, I totally get it. Okay. So instead, it said we don't need to transform the whole string. We basically just need to say, I'm definitely tripping right now, but yeah, gosh, I don't know what. And why not use an IDE to code? I do. I'm just using NeetCode right now, which is the website for practicing. Okay, let's see. I don't know, let's see what it says with this hint. There's a built-in functions like isAlNum char to check if a character is alphanumeric and too lower to handle case insensitive. Inside your loop to move your pointers to, okay, that's what I was trying to do. So I guess I'll just do s dot to lower. If s dot is alnum As long as they pass a check. Alright, let's see the fix. Okay. If alnum s.begin plus plus. Okay, so and then we check is alnum s.end. Okay, so we have to go through each iterator and decrement it or increment it. If to lower s.begin does not equal to lower s.end, return false. Begin plus plus, end plus plus. Okay, I guess we'll try that. Okay, so let's try this again. I'm already forgetting, guys. Gosh dang it. If is alnum is the condition. Then we would do begin plus plus. What game is it? I'm making a solar system simulator, but right now I'm stuck on data structures and algorithms because why not, you know? Else we would do okay, begin plus plus. Okay, and minus minus. Else if to lower begin, to lower end. Okay. I got it. I love making things so complicated. Okay. Let's see. Our while loop should end right here. Alright. What's up, Newt? Okay, I'm just gonna turn this in. I spent way too much time on this two-pointer approach. I'll come back and do another one tomorrow. Let me finally get started on my OpenGL. Sorry guys, I know that took forever. If you guys are new here, I kind of just got, where is it? I kind of just got my classes made. I haven't done anything with them yet in OpenGL. So right now I have two planetary objects. I know the sun isn't a planet. And I want to try, instead of working with the classes right now, maybe I'll use a uniform and try and just transform Mercury around. The two-pointer technique is pretty powerful. You set them to two different elements in a container and keep advancing one and other depending on a condition. Yeah, I think I've done it in an interview before. It's just like, it's one of those days where I'm like, I just can't remember off the top of my head. And I think I need to just go do actual neat code practices rather than jumping into the problems without really being prepared, you know what I mean? Because otherwise I'm going to get stuck and then I'm going to have to look at the solution and then I'm not going to really learn anything. So, yeah, I totally get you. Thanks, guys, for being patient, though. Okay, so I think what I'll do, since we have Mercury being drawn, we should give it actually it would be out uniform uniform vec2, and then vec2 would be Mercury position. Trying to remember, so OpenGL, how to make 2D coordinate uniform in shader. I'm not a robot, guys, come on. Back to no, I just wanna take the position of my current Mercury. Man, I cannot think today. I don't know what's going on with me. feel like it's harder to transform an object around an origin in... Well, we would use a vec2 because we're just updating the x and y coordinates, I believe. Around the sun using a set radian would I use a vec2 to update the x and y coordinates or a matrix or matrix. A matrix is the right tool. A vec2 can only shift position and it can't encode rotation on its own. You'd end up manually computing sine over cosine to fake it, which is essentially doing a matrix by hand. Okay, so it would be a matrix. Because a matrix is just a bunch of xy coordinates, essentially. It handles translation, rotation, and scale all in one. On the CPU side with GLM, each frame you'd compute a new angle based on the time, and then build the matrix using GLM rotate and GLM translate. You pass in a shader, uniform map forward model, and the vertex shader you do. Okay. So we wouldn't need a Mercury position, because it just takes our model, and I'm guessing you just pass in the render loop, you just pass in whichever. Okay, so we'd have a transform, and then we do transform. Also worth noting, your current vertex shader has a couple issues. You can remove that line entirely so you can GL position, you're multiplying by model, but your U-form is transform. Yeah, that's what I figured. I just... Okay, and now in this loop we need to set for I guess we do okay, what would the map for we make in the render loop be called? I'm guessing it'd be called transform. Call it model. Okay, so model. What matters is that when you pass it a shader, set map 4. Okay, so I think we need to access the uniform. Position? What? Position. Position. Oh, these do the same thing? Oh. Okay, just add this right before the sun's GL dry elements. Oh wait, this is just... Okay. I don't see it at all. First, your translate is pushing Mercury to 1-1. Second, are offset from the origin. For the transform approach, you'd work cleanly. Mercury's reach should be centered around 0, like the sun. Oh, okay, so... Okay. For the render loop, add orbit radius and speed. Okay, makes sense. So orbit, and then inside the loop, replace Mercury transform section with this. I know we need to use, so float angle equals float glfw get time, and then we do that times the orbit speed. Map for trans equal to glm. For identity matrix, and then we set translate is equal to glm translate, take our translation, and then we do a vec3, which is our radius times cosine angle and orbit radius times sine angle. And then we don't do okay. Okay, now we need to also okay, I'm just gonna copy this. Because I need to redo Okay, here we go. Oh, finally we're getting something. So, obviously this isn't perfect. But now we have a planet that is rotating or orbiting. We also want it to rotate very slowly. So I think we'll work on that next. But it's kind of cool to just watch it go. I think we need to make it basically at the origin as well. So, actually, yeah. There we go. Now it's more consistent. Okay. I'm glad we got this, but I did use AI to help me, so I am going to completely discard all the changes because that's not how I want to do this. So I am going to discard all of these, unfortunately. So yeah. I don't know, I don't feel right about doing that. So we'll come back tomorrow, or I'll come back. I'm gonna figure it out. I need to get stuff. I need to go through the chapters again and review them. Anyways, thank you guys for watching the stream. I think I'm gonna end it there for tonight. I appreciate all you guys being here and all of you who have subscribed. We're at 280 now, which is awesome. But I probably will come back later. I just need to take a break, so I'll see you guys in a bit. Thank you.